Hello, everyone, and welcome. Glad you could join us. Looks like we've got a good crowd. We've got Glow, we've got Danny, we've got Christina, we've got Denise. I usually will just start, a couple minutes early when Jay finishes up because I know the gang's all here, and we might as well go ahead and get started. So glad you guys could all join. I will tell you, I play the opening song? No, I did not. I did not. I should record a little play and add it to my opening song. That would be fun. Anyway, so welcome. Glad you guys could all join us. That card that Jay made was really pretty, very fall. It turned out beautiful. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Glad you could join us. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens. And what we're going to do is we're going to play with a mixture of things. And so I'm just going to show you the things that I have in mind, and I've kind of got a plan, so we're going to go for it. So this is Yana's City holiday, and this is it's a big uh, die set. I've got two sheets. Blossom's got her coffee brewing. I just ran and filled up my iced tea, so I've got my iced tea here ready to go. I know tea wouldn't allow this. Tracy doesn't allow food or drink in her craft room, but I do allow drinks in mine, and I do spill them from time to time. So anyway, so this is Yana's City. This is going to be the base of our card, is the house, the house. But we're going to bring in some other um, fun stuff. Hey, Kathy, welcome. Thanks. Glad you could join. Danny's got her strawberry lemonade. Well, everybody's got their drinks, so let's get going. Okay, so this is Yana City, and I have linked all the materials in the description box below so you can check it out. But like I said, this is a big die set. I've got it on two matte sheets, and it's got them full up. So that's a big set. I'll just lay that aside. And then we're going to bring in the Halloween TikTok because we're going to make a Halloween spooky house. Yes, Jay, we're going to do a spooky house. So this was the Halloween TikTok card that I made. I don't know if I did this one on my live. I think I did. And so we're going to bring in these bits and pieces. This is an add-on to the Cuckoo Cottage die from Spellbinders. This is actually an add-on. So it's got the cat, the pumpkin, the ghost, the bat, the mummy, the spider, the witch's hat, and that stuff in there. So we're going to use that. That's going to be an add-on. That'll be fun. And then the Yana's house had more of a pine tree type thing, and I want to go spooky, so we're going to bring in the changing trees, and we're just going to use the tree trunks and make them kind of spooky. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyway, so that is the changing trees set. And then I needed a sentiment, and I was digging around, and everything I had was great big, and I wanted something small. So we're going to bring in the Boo to You. And we're going to use the Boo to You, I think. So I've die cut it out and got it ready. So we've got a lot of stuff going here. So we really need to get started. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Hopefully, I'm going to lay the TikTok close in case I need any bits and pieces if I've missed anything. But I think the rest of the stuff I can put aside. And what I've got is we're going to make a 5x7 card. That house card was a 5x7. It takes a big area, so I've got a 5x7 card base here. This is one that was in my Christmas kit from Spellbinders. I'm going to use it. I've got some of my Canson watercolor paper here. We're going to do some ink blending. I've got 3 colors. I've got my antique linen, which is my distressed oxide. Let's see, Blossom says, you wouldn't be able to craft. LO, I can't drink like I didn't. Well, I'm drinking tea, so anyway, so I'm going to use my antique linen and just kind of get a kind of a yellow hue. And granted, the house is going to cover up most of this, but I'm going to start in the center and just kind of work my way out. And then we'll add some more colors. And I think I did use this is actually my orange brush instead of that one. So we're going to get it a little bit darker than what I plan to start out with. So we'll switch and we'll do this. And I'm just going to kind of get a hue on here with the antique linen. And then we'll bring in, we're going to bring in a couple other colors and use. So I think that's good. Like I said, most of that area is going to be covered up with the house, so it's not going to matter. And then we're going to bring in the spiced marmalade, and that's what I need my orange brush for. And I'll tell you what, I love these blending brushes from Spellbinders. They are so fantastic. They take your blending to a new level. I'm not a very good blender, but man, with these you can really blend very nice. So I'm just going to go a little bit darker with the orange around here and darken it up. So we'll just go around. And this, this isn't going to take too long. We're going to get our base ready. And then I do have some of the pieces assembled. Some of the smaller pieces I've got them assembled because we've got a lot of pieces, but it is going to take a minute. So we've got some work to do on this card. And we're only going to get one done, I think, because we've got lots of pieces. So I'm just going to keep going around until I get it like I want it. Let's see. A Pam yellow. Yeah. So it's going to get dark though, because this is a Halloween card. So we're going to get a little dark with it. And I've done, I did a couple of different panels as I was, in fact, I'll just show you as I was playing around trying to decide what I wanted to do. This is where we're headed. But this is not a 5x7. This is smaller, so I wanted to do another one. But I was playing around and I brought in my Distress Oxide sprays too and did this. But then I wound up with the house. I had one that was just black paper and it looked okay on here. And then I decided that I was going to spritz it. And so I actually layered them up because I decided to go with the spritzed house and just the plain background. And if I'd used this one, I think I would have used the plain house without the spritz on it because it just kind of blends in and gets lost on there. But anyway, so I had some fun playing with some of those. I sometimes forget to play with my sprays, my mica sprays and that. And so I did get them out and played a little bit tonight. So anyway, all right. So I think we've got a good orange color on here. And now we're going to just darken it up a little bit. So I've got this blending brush here I use with my black soot. You love the splatter? Yeah, it's really pretty. What do we not own? Let's see. A glass mat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love my glass mat. Yeah, I have another. T says she has a spare. We remember keeps. I have another glass mat as well. I forget what the brand is of it, but I love this one, and I've got the big one. Oop, we're getting a little carried away there. This will be the bottom of our panel, because I'm going to put some grass down, so it'll be okay. I didn't do a very good job. That's why I like these blending brushes. You don't get that kind of a mark. See how I got that mark on there? You don't get those with the blending brushes. I'm just going to kind of dirty up the edge and just kind of make it a little bit spooky and scary. And I hear my husband has come in. He's out there doing dishes. I opened my door. I should have shut it because he's going to be out there making racket. So I may have to get up and shut that door here in a minute. So if you guys hear that in the background, that's what it is. He went next door and then he just came back in. And anyway, so I actually took a nap this afternoon. I can't believe I never take naps, but I did take a nap and it was wonderful. I guess I must have really needed it because I took a good long nap. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Okay, so we've kind of got, we've got a kind of a smoky Halloween scene. So let's see. What's everybody saying? We're still talking about glass mats. You get the cuckoo dies, a bit overwhelming. one at a time. Take it slow and steady and work your way through it. I have got a playlist, a Cuckoo playlist. So check out that playlist on my channel, Kathy. And um, I've been putting Cuckoo videos in there and created a playlist with that. So you want to check that out. And then, oh yeah, T-San, you can easily fix your glass mat by gluing a metal plate underneath it. And then you can have, the magnetic feature option, which I've got the magnets. I've got these. And I was going to say, my daughter bought me this magnet for Christmas. So I got the big one. It's, I don't know, it's like 22 by, I don't know, 16 by 22 or something like that. And I've also got this, she got me these too. So I got the magnets and she got me the big ruler magnet. Very nice to have. So I like it. And you have to fight a little bit of the lights, glaring on there and kind of work your camera and stuff so you don't have all that, reflection and stuff. But I love the glass mat. It just cleans up so nice and it's just great to have. So I'm very thankful for that. My daughter, she's usually will ask me what I want for Christmas, birthday, or whatever, and she gets me all the crafty things. So that's nice. That I have some of those things because my daughter does that. So um, T says she's also got a Tim Holtz one. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's the one that has the white on the side, I think. I've seen a lot of people have that and use it. Anyway, so I've got that cleaned up, and I think I'm just going to get it added to my card base. We'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll get started with all of our bits and pieces. So get this laid down there. And this is going to be heavy duty because this is my watercolor paper and it's really thick. So we've got it. And then I've got 3 layers of that house that I'm going to lay down on here because the first one that I did plain, I put a heavy backer on it because this die seems to, every time I've used it, it curls, the paper will curl a little bit. I'm using some reflections paper, so that's probably why. And so I put I've got some poster board that's left over from a project that I had done for the church. So I put some of that on there and had the black one. And then when I did a second one and I splattered it and I decided I wanted to do the splatter. So I've got it on there. So this is actually 3 layers. So it's good and solid now. But we're going to create a scene. I've got some, let me get this. I've got some grass here that I splattered it because it's going to go in the background. I want to add a little bit of black to it after I cleaned up my mat. I think I'm going to just add a little bit of black to it. We're probably going to have a mess because I think I probably will add some ink to some different things as we go. So I'm going to just keep cleaning up. So I'm going to have the grassy area that we're going to put down, and then we're going to put our house down. I think I'm just going to start on the house first and just start assembling because we've got all the bits and pieces. So what I've done is just die cut out a lot of things. We've got, I'm going to have a witch, which I've got her partially done. I've got some trees we're going to add some ink to. But I thought these looked more spooky and scary with our Halloween house than the evergreens that come with the set. So I thought these would be more fun. And so I'm just mixing and matching a lot of products that I have. And I just thought it could be really fun. So I did die cut my windows out in vellum. I thought that would be cute. And we're going to lay those down. And then we have our frames. I've kind of got just a Halloween color palette. We've got that lime green and then real, I don't know, this is like caution orange or whatever. I don't know what that is, but we've got the limes going on here. And I had several of these bits and pieces from when I was working on the Cuckoo clock. In fact, for Kathy, for your benefit, I've still got a lot of pieces, parts in here from where I worked on those particular cards. And so I thought, well, I can just save them and use them again. Oh, Denise says naps are underrated. Cruise naps are the best. Yes, they are. Oh my goodness, you get back to that cabin and it's dark and you're just rocking around on that ship. Those are the best naps. Awesome. Yo, you love the ruler? I'm just trying to catch up on the comments here. Danny has a small one from Simon Said stamp that she needs to get stronger magnets. Okay. Oh, Blossom says she wished they made glass mats orange. I think you can special order. I think they have the option of special order. Uh, yeah, T says they will. Oh, let's see. Christina loves, they have specialty one every month. So maybe September, October, they'd have an orange one. Cool, very cool. Oh, that's nice, T. She's recommended a frosted clear silicone mat to go over the top finish to avoid the light. That's awesome. Anyway, you watch those monthly reveals, but don't need the magnet feature. Okay. I use the magnet feature. I was using it the other day on a video. I can't remember what it was. And somebody said, oh, where do you get those magnets? And so I sent them the link to them. But anyway, so we better get started here. We're not going to get anything done. Now I can put glue just right around the edge of this because we're going to have the frame of the window. And I'm going to put stuff in my windows so it won't matter if I kind of make a mess. But we have got 6 windows that we need to get set down in here. So I think I'm just going to kind of put it around here and then we'll lay them down because we're going to have that other layer over it. And so I wish, as I was die cutting this out, I did use my Empress and I have those big, huge plates. So you can do a lot at once. But I wish it'd been nice if Spellbinders would have included 2 of these windows in that set because you gotta just keep die cutting and die cutting and die cutting. And Denise found a 14 by 14 glass mat at Ollie's for $4.99. Joanne's closeout. Wow, that is a steal. Good for you. So very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping these are going to cover it up. I'm going to check them, which I think it will. Yeah. I'm going to put Ghost in there, and we've got the Mummy and all the different things. So I'm not going to worry about any glue showing on my windows. And besides that, it's a Halloween spooky card. It could be very creepy. But anyway, if they'd have put 2 dies in there, you would have only had to do 3 passes instead of 6 passes on these windows. And that takes a minute to do all that. So, but I guess that's what makes it the all of the splatter that I have on here is kind of making it hard for me to see where the top of the window is. I love to splatter. I need to do that more. I know T does a lot of mixed media and it's fun. I don't do it as often as I should. I've got a whole shelf on my bookcase over there with all the different things. So I just need to drag them out and use them. Now this one, I think I need the frame in because it's going to fit inside of there a little bit differently. So you've been making Halloween lanterns. Oh, that is fun. I have been doing some felt projects and I just did a Halloween one the other day, but those are super fun. Those are going to be coming up on my channel in September, but super, super fun. I got addicted to it. I did one and then I just started doing a second one and then I've got 2 more cut out ready to go and just really having fun with that. So you'll be able to see that upcoming on my channel. I also have been making some ornaments too. So I've been doing some crafting. Normally when I go to craft, I turn the video on, but I have recently been doing a lot of crafting without having it on. And it's really pretty fun. Your friend is design team for Spellbinders and doesn't have time for anything else. I am too. I have a lot of Spellbinder. I mean, I have to plan because I have a lot of it. And so I really, I'm an affiliate, but they send me, I can get just anything that they send. They offer it to me. And so I spend a good amount of time on my channel with Spellbinders because, well, quite honestly, it's my bread and butter. So I'm on other design teams and I ensure that I'm meeting the commitments with those. But Spellbinders is, it is my primary one. So I spend a lot of time with it, and I love their product. It's a lot of fun. Um, I'm kind of a clean and simple, or a die cut is the die cutting is my thing. I like die cutting, so it's a good fit for me. Let's see. I always make sure I craft for fun so I don't get burned out, since this is my happy place. Yeah. You definitely have to do that. And you guys know I do a video every day, and so sometimes it's like, whoa. And like, we've got vacation coming up, and my husband informed me the other day that it's going to be a little bit longer than what I expected. And so that means I have really got to get it in gear. I am seeing some of that glue. I'm not liking that, but hopefully we can work around that. Anyway, so I'll have to really gear up. In fact, I've already started. I made 2 videos yesterday that I scheduled out in advance. And to get, if I want to keep having that on my channel, the consistency, I have to get them scheduled ahead of time, before I go on vacation or whatever. I'm going to see if I can get that glue to smooth down a little bit. Anyway, so that's what I do. But and what I do for vacation is I schedule way out there, and then I have to kind of backfill. Like, I might have 2 weeks out done, but I don't have tomorrow done, so then I have to hurry up and get back and get something done for tomorrow. Is what I do, and a lot of it is on a time schedule, so I have to pick the things that I'm scheduling based upon what the schedule is. So anyway, but I'm still having fun with it. And I'm starting to see some fruits of my labor, so I'm happy about that. My channel's just now starting to get a little bit of traction, so that makes me happy. Okay, so I've got my windows. We need to get our door down, and we got our door frame. Let's see. Denise, I appreciate that, that you watch and I used to always release at 10 a.m. and then I started playing around with it, and I started releasing, it's 4 a.m. my time, evidently 3 a.m. your time. And I get a lot of views at that time of day. So I have changed my schedule to where I release it at 4 a.m. because there's a lot of people up early that watch these videos. So I do that, and it works out pretty good for me. So I wake up and I've had, several views, and that's always encouraging to see that. So I decided that, we needed a green witch. So I'm going to bring in a green witch. Yeah, Jay said he saw something super early, and I need to color her hair. I didn't bring in any hair, so I'm going to grab really quick a marker that we can color her hair. There's a hairline on here, and so I'm just going to color it in. Probably not do a very good job of it, and she's going to have on a black hat, so I don't think it's going to matter, but I want her to have some bangs or something. So this is going to be our witch, and I put the little trim on there. Now this is part of the Cuckoo set. So just like I said, mixing and matching. And I thought the scale would work pretty well with the house. So that's why I chose that. I have other dies in my set that I could probably have brought in. I've got a dress in here somewhere I'm looking for. There's a little dress with an apron. Oh, where is it? I think I need to start laying my pieces out. Here's our little spider. Yeah, itty bitty, very itty bitty. I hope I haven't lost her dress. I had it. Oh, there it is. Got it. So she's got a little black dress. I need to get it in frame here. A little black dress with a purple apron. Isn't that fun? And then we use the caution orange or whatever for her hat. And so she's going to be kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West with the green skin. And I thought that would be fun. I did die cut out in cream I've got a cream body in here. A couple of them. When you die cut these out, you get two because there's a witch, or there's a woman, and there's like a man. You have a farmer and a farm wife. And I did die cut them out in like a peachy or skin tone, flesh tone collar, but I decided to make her green. I thought it was much more Halloweeny that way. So there we go. And we've got our ghost, and I did go ahead and put their little eyes in. We've got our skeleton. I put his in. I brought in a couple of the spiders, and then we've got a bat and the cat. Now the cuckoo clock, or this actually comes with a different cat. But I thought this cat looked more Halloweeny, so I'm using it instead of the cat that came with the Yana's thing. And then you have wreaths. We've got a mummy. This is the mummy. And some bows and some curtains. So we've got a lot of different things there. So now we just need to start embellishing. We have got the rooftop, which I was thinking our house has got so much texture. I felt like I needed to just dirty it up just a little bit. And somebody uses this brush that has some black ink on it, and just put a little bit on there. It's not going to be much because it's just what's left on the brush, but we'll use that and we'll put that on here. So I feel like I need to zoom in a little bit more for you. I don't know if that helps or not. So we'll get our rooftop laid down. And I'm going to lay this one a little bit lower than I did last time because I wound up having to stick some foam tape behind there to get it to lay so it didn't bend. So I'm just going to do that. And there's our little house. Now I was thinking I glued all of those down and I didn't put my little things in there yet. So I was going to tuck some of them in, and now I've got this glued down. So I don't know if I can lift them. I may just have to kind of position them. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. My mistake. All right. So we're just going to add some of these fun things to this house. Yeah, the table makes it nice. It is a sit-stand table. And it makes it nice for videoing because I'm using my phone. And so I don't know. I wish I had like a remote or something that would zoom in with my phone and do that. Do they make that? Maybe you guys can tell me. Oh, Christina, enjoy your grandkids. Anyway, but since I have the desk, I can raise and lower it and get kind of the view that I want to get or whatever. So yeah, I wish I hadn't done that because now I've got the situation with my curtains and everything. But we're going to just roll with it because it is what it is. All right. So I thought the cat could go in the front window here, and he could be standing on the windowsill. And we've got our little... Okay. All right. We're going to regroup here. I think she's going to be at the front door. I think that could be fun. So let's just kind of get going here. And she doesn't have any feet, but the gnome has feet. And I die cut out some extra feet the other day. I think I have some in here. I'm looking to see what I've got. Yeah, that gnome that is included with the set, he had feet. I thought I saw some in here. I'm looking. There they are. So these are brown feet, but I'm going to make them black with my marker here, and we'll add some shoes to her. These are the gnome's feet, and I found out the other day that you could use the gnome feet on the witch. So that's what we'll do. Oh, I messed up my panel there. We've got the windows open. It's cooler here now, which is interesting. We've been really hot for a while, and now we've got the windows open. So if you hear a lot of noise, let's see. I love that the cat is the size of a Great Dane. It's good to be spoiled. Your birthday is coming in a few weeks. Awesome. I don't know if I'm up with a chatter. What? Yeah, it's always fun to get, I lost my feet. I need to pinch them on there. Fun to get spoiled on your birthday or at other times. Get them laid down on it. There we go. All right. I need to quit talking and pay attention to what I'm doing because I'm messing up my design. So what I'm going to do with my spider is I'm just going to cut this off, and we're going to have him hanging down in one of the windows. I wanted them to be inside the house, but they're not going to be. So we'll get that laid down on there. I can't talk and craft at the same time, apparently, because I lose my mind. So I think we'll put our little skeleton down there and have it in the window. We have some wreaths, and we could add some wreaths to some of the windows as well. This would be a good one because it's glued up nicely, so I don't feel like I need to put anything on there. I do think they're a little bit stark for our card, so we're going to grunge them up a little bit. Just put some soot on there. We've had a little spooky cauldron fire going, and we've sooted up everything. I don't think we'll use that many of them, but I'll get them since I've got the blending brush out. There we go. Okay. All right, so I've got to get all my parts laid down in here. I'm going to put that wreath with a black bow on that particular window. And we're going to forego I don't know, I have some purple curtains, but we can do the swag in the front window because that'll work. But since I messed up I glued everything down. Where's the other swag there? There it is. Okay. So we can add that. All right. Well, no, that's a curtain. Where is it? These are curtains. I don't see my other piece of my swag. May have to go get it. Go get another one and die cut it out. All right, we got a pumpkin. Oh, here it is. Ha! Did you guys see that laying there? No candles or pumpkins. I do have a pumpkin. I do. I don't have a candle. I do have a pumpkin. And I don't have a knife. By the tree. Oh, you saw it. Yeah. I was like, where is it? When I don't know about you guys, but when I'm going live, I lose my mind. I'm like, I can't find anything. I can't speak. I can't remember what I'm crafting. Anyway, I think it's the whole camera thing. You've turned the camera on, and this needs to be inside the window. I don't know why. I should be comfortable with this. I do it often enough, but anyway, it'll be all right. Yeah, it's like the curtains are a little bit big for the, there, just go like that. My fingers are getting gluey, so I know what I need to do. I need to overlap them a little bit. And then we're going to put our little wreath on there. I kind of like that dirty little wreath. I think that looks better. All right, get up there where you belong. Okay. All right, we'll regroup here and get something pulled together. Now you owe me on one of my lives. Yeah, I'll try to keep track of stuff that you can't find and see if I can help you find it for sure. Yeah, that is a big cat for this area, so I might wind up putting him in one of the windows instead. So I might pop him up too. All right, let's just keep going. Get these things laid down on here. So we have a couple different ghosts. There's two different. I did cut 4 of them out and I laid the eyes on them and stuff so that we would have the different ghosts. But we're just gonna get them positioned on here. I've got my mummy too. I think the mummy might go there. That'll help cover up that little glue mark that we have there. Man, I wish I had. Wonder if any of these are lifted to where I could get them underneath there. Gonna wind up tearing it. I'd like to get that guy on the inside. Is it gonna work? No, don't do it. Okay. I think I might be able to. I've got a little piece of green paper that's torn there, but I think I might be able to slide this one up in there. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. You need some cheesecloth. Oh, yeah. Put a crack in the skeleton's head. Ooh, that's a good idea, Jay. I'm just going to tuck my little guy in there and make him peeking out the window. We could, I had a fine tip. I do have a fine tip marker there. Could do that. This is my Cricut marker. I use it when I want to do kind of a fine. There we go. Good idea. Fun, 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 fun. I think this guy's coming out the window. And you know, ghosts, they can kind of go through walls and stuff. So it'll be okay. We'll go with that. And we've got this little guy here. Where'd our little girl go? Okay, let's go ahead and get her laid down. This is like paper dolls. Just playing with your toys. All right. She's going to go there at the door. And we're going to have a pumpkin. This is fun. It's starting to come together. You love your Cricut marker? It's handy. They're designed to where you can't really write with them. In fact, my sister grabbed it the other day and she's like, this doesn't work. I was trying to sign a card. And I said, well, you grabbed my Cricut marker. I said, they work like this. They have to be kind of upright. That's just, you can't write with them like that. You got to have them really upright. And I have all of them because I used to use them a lot. I don't use them as much, but I did I have multiple black ones and I brought this one in for this purpose when I want to do something. Well, I did that on the dog. On Yana City. This dog was all white and I wanted to give him some color. And so I brought that marker in for that. And it's just been sitting there ever since. Now, these are the trees that I was referring to that come with the Yana City that I didn't like for this particular scene. So I brought these other ones in. But anyway, we do have some crossbones too. I don't know how we would use those, but we have some crossbones that we could put on there. I don't know that we'll use them, but I'm going to show you what we got. Yeah, they're not really going to work there, but anyway. Okay, so we need a bat. And the bats, we can have the bats outside too, flying around. I've got 2 of them. So I just want to figure out. I think I'm going to put I'm going to use a couple more of these wreaths. And hopefully I've got some bows for them. I do have one. The neighbor's dog is barking, so I've got the window open. So if that's what you hear, sorry about that. But he wants inside, and they don't want him to come inside, so he's going to bark, bark, bark. I feel like I want that up a little bit. Sometimes he yells at the dog and tells him to shut up. You bought a set to use by hand that never go into your machine. Oh, that's cool. Your neighbor's dog is barking too. They all want to come in. I feel like this big window needs something else in it as well. We could have another spider. I don't know. I thought my cat was going to go in there, and I think he still could, maybe over here, because we're going to have room for him to hang off, but he could go here. Let's see, what's everybody saying? Oh, poor guy, yeah. Sometimes I'll holler, let the dog in. I've done that before. I'm sure they appreciate that. I'm going to add another wreath because I'm trying to get some more of that orange in there. So we'll just add another wreath. And I don't think I have the right bow for it. So what we could do is let's just cut this spider and we'll put the spider on the wreath and just stick him in there. That'll be cute. And then I got to get my cat and then my bats. So I think my cat's going to have to go here, just because of the size of him. We'll get him laid down. He's going to kind of be walking around. We actually could have put him in the grass. Let me see. He could be on the outside area. Let's go ahead and get this laid down and we'll start filling some stuff in. Normally I would lay my panel down anyway. So here's our grassy area. And we'll lay it at the bottom of our panel, of our card base. And this is a 5x7. I don't know about you guys. I don't make a lot of 5x7s. So sometimes when you get some of these bigger sets, you have room for that. So he could definitely be outside of the house there and just be kind of lurking around. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to glue him down. I might have to, I don't know if I might have to stick a little bit of foam tape or something, or just let him kind of float there, because we've got some dimension there. He's going to be hanging off there. His little legs might get bent. Let's see, I can probably grab some. Let's get my sticky scissors. He needs to glow in the dark. He needs glow in the dark eyes. I did put some green eyes in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got the green eyes in there for that purpose. So, all right, I'm going to cut down some like itty bitty foam squares here and put it on his little legs. Hopefully it won't show. Just to give him some support. Hopefully that'll work. I need more glue. It's drying up on me already. Okay. We've got some hairs from our die cutting on there. And we're going to get this laid down on there. I think it's cute. Very fun card. All right. And then we've got our trees, which I think we need to kind of spooky them up too. Put that in there. So let's bring in some black. You like this, Denise? Thank you. I don't know. I got to thinking about it. I was like, oh, and we could bring this set in and this set in, and and I think that is a good way to use your stuff, because I go through that and I'm like, oh, that was fun, but I already made a card with it. And but it's, if you can just pair them and bring all the different elements in and do that. That's one thing. Jay was making his craft roulette card. That's one thing about craft roulette, is it gets you to kind of do some weird things that you wouldn't normally do, and gets you thinking about your stash a little bit differently. So I'm just bringing these trees. I feel like they just need to be a little bit spookier. And I have two different. I first die cut two of these out, and I thought, no, let's have two different kinds of trees on our card. So that's when I decided to grab the other one and just leave the leaf the shadow leaf thing off that goes with a set and just have these bare trees. And I just thought that would be fun. So we're just gonna just kind of creepy the tree up a little bit. Because you know, in the fall, the trees are bare and they're kind of scary looking. So I want to do that. And then we'll get our desk cleaned. Need to take a drink of my tea. Talking so much. Goodness. Oh. All right. So hopefully we can make our trees fit on here and that they'll work out all right. Because I might have needed to tuck them or something, but I may have to tuck them underneath. Maybe this one needs to go over here. Because we're, let's see how we want to do it. Might just have to cut a little bit off of it because it's going to hang off. Or we can come over here and try to tuck it in a little bit. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's see how this one's going to fit on here. I think it'll be all right. I don't think that, well, maybe. I was going to say the trees aren't really very in scale to what the rest of it is. I could make it bigger by layering it up. I might do that. The scale of the trees is not quite right with the scope of the house and the other things, but oh well, it is what it is. It'll be all right. I will take that, and I think we can just add this and kind of make this tree look bigger. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we can make it work. We shall see. There we go. Now we've got a larger tree. I think that looks more reasonable with our house. What do you guys think? Maybe zombie landscapers just planted them. Tissue paper or thread would be cute in the trees. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a cute idea. They got TP'd. So that would be super fun. Do I have some white thread could be cute. I've got my as you know, I said I was stitching. So I have I've got some white felt that we could maybe cut some little pieces and put them in there. That's a kind of a cute idea. Like the house got teepeed. And we, little story. I have some friends that we have been known to go out on Halloween and playing some games with some other friends with the teepeeing and the forking and that. And we've done that in the past. So I know that's probably not something I should admit, but we have some fun-spirited friends that we have done that in the past. So that's hilarious. But I'm a little old for that now. Anyway, I could use some white thread like she suggested as well to kind of. So do you think the thread would be better, or would the I also have, you know what I also have sitting here because I've been stuffing. I also have this, and that could be, you know, that kind of looks more like a web than a so let's just kind of lay some of these down there and see what happens. And maybe they're too big. I don't know. You know, kind of put some. Would it be better to have the thread? Yeah, I have my grandkids to keep me young. That's for sure. I do. So I'm going to think about the TPing as we go. And I'm going to make this tree larger as well. Get that off of there. So what do you think? Looking so awesome. You're off to cuddle with a needy cat. Aw, enjoy. Yeah. So I think I'll just take this. I'm going to turn it around And we're going to just layer this tree up, make it look a little bit bigger. And I think I'll be happier with the scale. There we go. Whoops, maybe. If I can get it to stick. Oh, nope, that's the bottom of my tray. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that in there. See if we can get it shoved underneath there. Yeah, I like the scale of that tree better. It does have kind of a little notch in it, but that's okay. I'm not sure about my TPN. So you guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna go ahead and get this tree laid down there and tuck it in. Yeah, it's just fun to drag out all your stuff and have a good play. So that's what I'm doing today. Just gonna try and position that in there. I probably will have to cut a little bit of it off, but I just want that tree to show. And then let's go ahead and lay this one down. It kind of looks funny because I've got it layered, but I think it needs to be taller. Or my trees are, their growth is stunted on them. I think I like that because I can hide my little trunk there. All right, so it's coming together. Let's see how we doing. Oh, we're doing good. It's 10 till 9. We're doing well. So, what do you guys think? Do I need to add the toilet paper to our trees? I feel like I want them to be thinner if I do. So I'll cut these down. There we go. Just cut them down a little bit and we'll see if they might work. It is kind of a cute idea. I have a friend I could send this to that, oh, I'm definitely going to do that. And I'm going to send her this. She's one that goes on these little escapades with us. So definitely. So I think I'm just checking this out to see if I like this. Because this you could kind of do like you do the toilet paper. You kind of throw it up in the tree and it gets hooked on there and kind of hangs down or whatever. I'm gonna go with the felt. The TP in the trees is hilarious. Okay, well we'll go with that. I'm just gonna get some thin. I think I want them thin. I don't know why I'm drawn to making them very thin for some reason, but we'll just spatter some toilet paper around our trees here. Okay. I could make a sentiment on my Cricut and put on the inside that says you've just been TP'd. Send it. Oh, I think she'd get a kick out of that. Now, my husband would not appreciate if somebody did that at our house. So it's kind of why I had to stop because he's very particular about the yard and everything. So, but we sure did have some fun. And we'd get phone calls. I mean, just shortly thereafter, you guys have been to the house. Okay. All right, we'll do this tree as well. Just put some little ones in there. Super fun. Good idea, T. Thanks for the idea. The chat always kind of leads me down some different paths that I don't normally think of, so I appreciate that. You like the felt and the cotton webs. Yeah. We could probably do, if I could get it to stretch out real nice, we could probably do like a web on the corner of the house or something like that. That would be kind of fun. So we'll try that and see how that goes. I don't know if I have the skills to do that, but we'll give it a shot. I'm getting this cotton, this felt all over my tweezers. All right, you need to get stuck down there. Of course, we're gonna have a piece on the ground. You've always got. It'd be fun if I could make like a roll, make it look like a roll, like the roll fell down. Just put a little piece down there. All right. Then if we take this, I don't know, can I pull this apart enough to make it look like a web? I don't think you probably don't need very much of it. How does that look? Blossom owes you a cake. Oh, that wasn't T's idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was T. Oh my gosh. Blossom. Yeah, I can't keep track of I'm not doing a very good job of keeping track of the chat. So thank you. Blossom? Okay, well thanks for the idea. I guess I owe you. Jim, is Jim here tonight? I didn't see Jim. Wonder where Jim is. Anyway, Jim gives me help on my lives a lot too. He always makes really good suggestions. So I appreciate that. And I texted him afterward and I said, I don't think I could craft without you because he's always giving me great ideas. He on the fall card, where is that? Pull it back in. Jim suggested that I put the letters on the acorns, and so I did that, and that turned out cute. But sometimes you just don't think of these things, and that's what the chat can help you to do. So I'm just gonna kind of spread this out a little bit and make it look kind of spooky and scary. And anyway, we've got another bat too that we could stick up in the tree. We used to have bats fly around our house when we were kids where we grew up at. And we would put a rock in a sock and throw it up and they would dive after the sock. I don't know. Did you guys do that? I know that's a weird thing. Pull it down to the spider. So back in the day, we did some interesting things to entertain ourselves as kids, obviously. Trying to pull it down without messing it up too bad. I guess it's a spider web, so it doesn't really matter, but there we go. All right. Okay, so let's get our bat. We're going to put it. I think I'm going to tuck up there like that. I'm covering up a little glue spots, what I'm doing. There we go. All right. Well, I think we've got a lot going on here. We have another ghost we could stick out here. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? We've got them die cut out. We might as well just do it. And maybe the ghost is TP in the house. Could be that. Okay, and I've got my pumpkin. What am I missing? I've got my witch. Oh, she has a broom. So we could add our broom. Just going to darken up the handle. know if we want to put like kind of across her, because, she flies on her broom. I think we'll do that. Alrighty. Okay, what else? I think we're getting it together now. I have our sentiment, but I have no idea where we would put it. And I don't know if I have it all either. Huh? Where's the two? I'm losing things. Surprise, surprise. Maybe we just use the boo. I think that would be fun, just to put the boo. And just put the boo kind of in the empty space in the window. We could put it up here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, there's my broom. I wondered where it got off to. Blossom. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? Who squeezed the Charmin? The ghost. Top center. Like right here. That would be the center. Or up here. Wonder where my two went. I have got stuff. I don't know. Is it hiding? Bits and pieces everywhere. Sorry, folks. I'm just looking. See if I can find that. I think boo is sufficient, honestly. It's probably underneath my glass mat or something. Or on the floor. Usually I have to check on the floor. Well, I'm not seeing it. Okay. So, or no sentiment. Yeah, we could do no sentiment. We don't necessarily need it. I do need to, I'm going to have to trim off this tree a little bit here. Probably trim that off a little bit there too. Don't want to cut my bat though. There's that. So, I like the boo. I don't know. Is it too busy there? We've got our crossbones too. I think I'm going to quit. I think we're at a good place there. I don't know about my sentiment. Anyway, did I want to put... Well, I'm debating. All right, I think I'm going to go with this, and I can put a sentiment on the inside of it, and I think it'll be fun. So I think it's a cute card. We've used a lot of products, mixed up a lot of different products, and came up with what about on the hill or over the building? Yeah, I thought about that down here, just down below. But I don't know. I just feel like we can leave it off of there. We could also have another flying ghost kind of up here. I think that's kind of cute. I'm just going to use up lots of bits. Otherwise, I'll wind up throwing them away. I didn't with the cuckoo clock stuff, but eventually I will wind up throwing them away. We could also have thrown some leaves on the ground as well, because I had a bunch of leaves in here. We could have, put some leaves down on the ground and stuff like that, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to quit right here. We've an hour, just over an hour, and I think it turned out pretty cute. So we've used the Yana City. What is it? Yana City house or something. I can't remember what it's called. And I hear sirens. City Holiday is what it's called. And then we used the TikTok dies that went along with the cuckoo clock. And we used the trees from the changing trees. And that's what we used. So all the materials are linked in the description box below. So, hey, Jim, I didn't see you. I was just talking about you. That I told you I couldn't normally craft without you. Anyway, so glad you were here. I didn't know if you were or not, but anyway, that pretty much finishes off this card. Like I said, I linked everything in the description box below, and if you shop those links, it certainly does help my channel. And oh, you're lurking. I thought you might be doing something in the background or whatever. I wasn't sure. So if you would consider hit that like. Thanks for joining. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. I'd certainly appreciate it. You guys. I'm like I can't remember, maybe 5 or 7 away from 2,500 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed, if you would, um, that was my next goal was 2,500, and I'm almost there. So I would appreciate it. I know I'm just a small channel, but I set these baby goals and just trying to achieve them. So if you would consider subscribing, I would appreciate that. And I'm gonna let you go. I hope you guys have a great week. Daria is vacationing. I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow in the morning. I haven't got it scheduled yet. I need to come up with a plan, but if so, that'll be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on my channel. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And enjoy hanging out with you guys in the chat and getting your feedback. And the suggestion to add the toilet paper was super fun, and then we kind of came up with a web as well. So those weren't things that I had on my radar. So thank you, Blossom and friends, for all of your suggestions. So have a great week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.